So come to a standing position at the top of your mat. When you're ready, reach your arms up overhead, mountain pose. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back and come into warrior one pose. Shoulders over hips and left knee directly over left ankle. Drop your left hand on your left hip and reach up and over. Plant the palms back down. Left arm comes up and open towards the ceiling. Inhale, Ekapada Vinyasa, your choice, high to low plank, up dog, and downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, left low lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, go ahead and drop your right hand on your right hip and reach up and over, lengthening long, staying strong through the lower body. Exhale, release your palms. Right arm comes high towards the ceiling and open up. Option to drop the back leg if it feels good. And release, planting the palms, Ekapada Vinyasa, high to low plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, warrior two pose, open up, right knee over right ankle. And go ahead and straighten out that front leg and come into triangle pose. TikToking the arms to 6 and 12, really pressing weight into the knife edge of the back foot. Option to reach your arms towards the center of the room. Back to warrior two, reverse warrior, lengthen long all the way through the right side body. Exhale, windmill the arms, and step into a standing split. Lengthening long, you can reach both hands for the standing leg if it feels good. Exhale, release the back leg down, and make your way into half pigeon pose. Toe healing the left foot behind the left wrist, rather right wrist. Lengthening long, option to create a mini back bend here, gazing towards the ceiling. And then exhale, option to come into sleeping pigeon, relaxing the forehead down as well as the forearms. Making sure the hips are nice and square and that the long leg in the back is parallel to the side of your mat. Option to come to three-legged downward facing dog for a nice counterbalance. And coming into wild thing if that's in your practice. And slowly release the left leg down and reach your opposite leg nice and high, a nice hip opener. Exhale, release, coming out into warrior two pose. Left knees directly over left ankle, pinch the shoulder blades back, really straight line of energy in the back leg. Go ahead and TikTok the arms to 6 and 12, activating the core, straightening out the front leg in triangle. Again, option to add the core. Back to warrior two. Reverse warrior, lengthen long through the left side body. Exhale, release the arms. And come into your standing split on the other side. Option to take both of the hands towards the standing leg if it feels good, pressing the chest closer towards the standing thigh. Ahead and release the back leg down. Make your way into half pigeon on the other side, toe healing the left foot this time behind the right wrist. Option for a mini back bend here, and slowly making your way into three-legged downward facing dog. And come into wild thing on the other side, really opening up the chest, the heart, feeling this nice counter pose. And release, coming out the way you came in. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, warrior one pose. Go ahead and step into standing Tadasana, one-legged Tadasana, taking the left leg across the right, coming into a figure four position. If it feels good, you can slowly come down into a forward fold, keeping the figure four pose. And go ahead and come into toe stand if it feels good, making sure that that left hip is nice and open. You might have trouble finding your balance like me here. And then try to push your way back up and come into warrior one once again. Straightening out the front leg, back foot is at a 45-degree angle, and then slowly release the upper body towards the front leg, straightening out that right hamstring, really stretching out, waking up the legs. Option to make your way into a low lunge. Option to toe heel that right foot towards the right hand side of your mat to keep the hips nice and open. Option for a back bend if you'd like. And then make your way into the splits. Also take blocks on either side of your legs to keep support. Option for a mini back bend here as well. And if it feels good, drop the upper body over the front leg. Slowly walk your way back up, pushing the right leg back high, three-legged downward facing dog, stretch out. Go ahead and pedal out the legs. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale. Come into one-legged Tadasana. So again, creating that figure 4 shape. Option to bend, kind of like a chair pose, really opening up that outside glute muscle. Planting the palms and coming into your toe stand on the other side. Notice one side might feel a little bit better than the other. It's totally normal. And then push your way back up into warrior one, straightening out that front leg and then lengthening flat spine all the way down, arms nice and active. Pivoting the back foot at a 45-degree angle, again waking up the hamstrings. Pressing your chest closer towards the front thigh. And come into a low lunge. Again, you can toe heel that left foot out as much as you can to get a nice deep stretch, a nice external rotation in the left hip flexor, maybe in the right psoas muscle area. And when it feels good, you can make your way into the splits. Maybe add in a tiny back bend. If it feels good, you can always reach for the back foot as well, giving yourself a nice back quad stretch. Otherwise, play with leaning forward. Just getting a nice deeper, more intense hamstring stretch. When you're ready, push your way back up into a three-legged downward facing dog. And exhale, release both legs down. Walk your hands closer towards your feet. Make your way into ragdoll pose, feeling a nice decompression of the spine here. Swaying the hips from side to side, relaxing the neck, making your way back up into a standing position. So getting ready for Ekapada Galavasana, or flying pigeon. Go ahead and come into your figure 4, standing figure 4 position, bending your elbows. Going to push your way forward, taking the left knee into the left elbow, and then hooking the left foot on the outside of the right arm. Go ahead and try it on the other side. A good way to practice, if you can't absolutely lift up that front leg, you can just bend the knee and place it on the left elbow, still hooking the left foot on the right bicep. And then coming to a forward fold again. Option to bend the knees or keep them straight. If you bend the knees, it's more of a lower back stretch. Straightening the legs would be more of a hamstring stretch. Maybe a little bit of back bend here. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive down. Really feeling a nice counter stretch in the lower back. I'm going to come to wide leg forward fold, planting one palm down and reaching the opposite arm up. Option to take a half bind. Switching out the legs. You can always toe heel the feet a little bit more hip width distance or even across your mat, further than the width of your mat rather. Option to drop the forearms down and really stretch out the spine, lengthening the spine as if we're growing taller between each vertebra. And letting the upper body just kind of dangle. Lifting halfway lift. Toe heel the feet back together to touch. And reach your hands through heart center.